The minute I found out that Red Heart came out with their brand new all-in-one flower power yarn, I had to get my hands on it. This is their latest self-striping yarn meant to crochet continuous flower motifs with just one pull skein. And their cute little tagline is, "No more color switching, keep on stitching." And the point of the yarn is to save time by not having to switch colors and weave in all of those ends. But a few months ago, I tested their all-in-one granny square yarn, and to say that it left me feeling a tad bit frustrated would be an understatement. So this time, I was a little too tight, and the color change doesn't happen until here. Feeling a little frustrated right now. I am not going to lie. So I'm really excited to get my hands on this yarn, test it out, and see if it's a little more user-friendly. The Red Heart All-in-One Flower Power yarn is a number 4 worsted weight 100% acrylic yarn. And as frustrated as I was with the All-in-One Granny Square yarn, I was impressed with the quality of the fiber. And I'm hoping that the All-in-One Flower Power yarn feels just as nice. It comes in 22 different colorways, and some of my favorites are Marigold, Daisy Dew, Flower Field, Dried Bouquet, and Hyacinth Bucket. And these names are so cute, and I love that they're all flower themed. Originally, when I went onto the website to order my favorite colors, I did discover that many of them were already sold out. So I don't even remember what colors I ended up purchasing. So this is going to be as much of a surprise for me as it is for you. So let's go ahead and open them up. I love sharing my yarny adventures, and sometimes I come across a product that I really love that I want to share with you as well. A couple of months ago, I started using Lumi, and you may have seen some of their commercials, but they have products to help with body odor. Just to get a little bit personal here, I have extremely sensitive underarms, and I cannot tell you how many deodorants I have tried, but every single one of them I have had an issue with. Some of them caused rashes, and having a rash in your underarms is no fun. I've also had burns under my arms. There was one that I tried that had this sticky film that always felt weird when I moved my arms around. Other ones smelled good in the beginning, and then within a couple of hours they stopped working, but I haven't had any of those issues with Lumi. Lumi was invented by OBGYN Shannon Klingman. What's really unique about Lumi is that it blocks body odor before it begins. It doesn't just mask it. Lumi is clinically proven to control body odor all day and continues controlling BO for 72 hours. Plus, you can use Lumi anywhere. And when I say anywhere, I mean anywhere. From pits to privates to feet and beyond. I got their whole body deodorant spray in Clean Tangerine, and this one, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Plus, it doesn't leave stains on your clothes. I also have their whole body deodorant solid in Toasted Coconut, and this one is my favorite. I also have their acidified deodorant wipes in Cool Cucumber, and I love keeping this in my purse and in my car. That way, if I'm out and about, I can freshen up. I also have their acidified body wash in Peony Rose, and this one smells so fresh and clean. For a limited time, Lumi has a variety of holiday bundles on their website, so it's the perfect time to stock up on your favorite products if you're a new or a returning customer. These are great stocking stuffers, gifts for everybody on your list, plus they're perfect when you need something last minute. Lumi holiday bundles are up to 40% off, which is a great deal for new and returning customers. And just for my followers, Lumi is offering a $5 discount plus free US shipping on orders over $30 when you use my link in the description box and use the code EliseRose at checkout. Thank you so much to Lumi for sponsoring today's video. To my surprise, I did end up with some of my favorite colorways. This one is Cherry Blossom. Look how pretty that one is. I also got Marigold, Hyacinth Bucket. I love this one. And Flower Field. Currently, there are 13 different free crochet patterns on the Yarnspirations website featuring the all-in-one Flower Power yarn. So I need to quit jibber jabbering and let me just go ahead and get started testing out this yarn. The good news is that there are some video tutorials here on the all-in-one Flower Power website, so I can kind of get an idea of how to use this yarn with a video instruction, because that's just going to make things a whole lot easier. I thought that this was going to be more like a tutorial for how to make the Flower Power squares, but it's not. It's more like tips and tricks, and it is similar to the all-in-one granny square yarn, where you have to adjust your tension or your hook size between the rounds to figure out what works best for you for those color changes. Now, one of the most important things to know about this yarn is that you have to pull from the center, and I do appreciate the fact that they've got the center pull right here, and why they don't do this with every single yarn, I don't know. This is so nice to know exactly where the center pull is, and you can just get to work. I've got my Clover Amour 5.5mm crochet hook, which is the size that they recommend. And because it matches Flower Field, I think I'm just going to use this one. And one of the things that it talks about first that is so important is that you have to measure 4 inches or 10 centimeters to be able to start your slip knot. So you can't just start wherever you want and expect this to work out. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure this, and I'm excited. I have good feelings about this one. The good news is that the full written instructions and the chart are here on the yarn label. I don't know why I feel so excited about this one, but I'm really crossing my fingers that this one is going to work out, because this could be super fun. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now, can you see that I have a little bit of the yellow left? I can either redo this, or I know that with the all-in-one granny square, people would just slip stitch to get the color change where they wanted it. So I may try that and see if that will work. Instead of redoing this entire round, let me just slip stitch a couple of stitches and see if maybe that will work. I don't know, I sort of feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but if I could get this to work without having to redo rounds. Okay. I only needed to do 1 slip stitch to get that color change. I'm getting so excited about this. I don't know if I'm having a hot flash or if I am just so excited about this that I am heating up, but I need to cool down just a little bit before I start round 2. It doesn't take much to thrill me. It just doesn't take much. Time for round 2. I'm just starting. You're just making 2 double crochet in each one of the double crochets from the previous round. And I'm just trying to be really loose with my tension because I tend to be a little bit tight. This is fun. I'm not gonna lie. So I've finished round 2. And I really think this looks so pretty, but I will say that the colors are not completely pure. This white here does have some green in it. That doesn't necessarily bother me. Now, for round 3, it's a little bit trickier. So my tip, I like to just write it out. And so there's a lot of different steps for this round 3. So I'm just gonna write it out in a way that feels a lot less overwhelming for me. I'm gonna write each part on a different line on the paper, and somehow that just makes my mind feel a lot more calm, and it helps me to work out what we're going to be doing rather than just jumping right in. So basically I call this translating. So I'm going to translate this round into a process that feels a little simpler for me. I am working on the last petal of this round, and I don't have a lot of yarn left, and this is when I don't love playing yarn chicken, but hopefully I won't run out and the new color starts, because that would require me to frog it back. Oh, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. The color change is happening a little too quickly, so I'm gonna rip back a little bit, and now I'll know for that third round here that I need to do a little bit tighter. Let's do it again. I'm getting in my head and I'm making mistakes because I am so nervous now. I tightened up a little bit too much. I just need to loosen up just a smidge. So it took me a few tries, but I got this round, which makes me really happy. So I went ahead and translated round 4, and I am going to just go ahead and work this entire round, and hopefully I will not end up with all of those issues that I had with the last round. So I finished round 4, I'm ready for round 5, and we don't have a color change on this round, but this is what's making me nuts right now, is because my tensions are different, because I'm having to adjust them for each one of these rounds, it's starting to curl. So that really means that this last round is too tight. I don't want to frog it. I'm going to go ahead, finish round 5, and hopefully this will start to flatten out a little bit. I'm going to need to relax. Here we go. I did something wrong. My stitch count is definitely off. I have to redo this one. I don't know what I've done, but there is something not right. I cannot complete this last side. Yeah, I need to spend some time figuring out what I did wrong. Maybe it was this round, maybe it was the previous round. I don't know, but I've got to go back and figure out what I've done. I just had a revelation. I had to go back and redo rounds 4, and I was about ready to start round 5, but I noticed the curling again, and I thought, something isn't right. So I just looked at the chart. Now, it is so small, but I went ahead and took a picture of it on my phone. My stitch count is wrong. That's the problem. I fixed it, and to be completely honest, this was my fault. This had nothing to do with the pattern. I really needed to look at the chart. The chart just helped me to figure out that I was missing a double crochet in every one of these petals, and that's why my stitch count was so off. So now I can move on to the next round, and I think that it's going to work out. It may look right, but I'm left with one stitch right here. I just have to laugh about it right now. Honestly, I think my brain is really tired. It's late in the afternoon. I need to go cook dinner. And so I think I'm going to put this down. If I feel up to it, I'll come back to it tonight, or I might just come back tomorrow. What have I done? Half double, single. I figured it out. I was just off one count on one side. I'm really happy about this. So I have one round left, but I do have to go feed my family right now, and I'm going to come back tomorrow and finish the last side. The last round. See, my brain is really tired. I need to put this down. Look what I did last night. I finished the square, but that's not all I did. I finished this square, and then I finished this square, and then I finished this square. I wish that I had timed myself, especially with that last square, because I was getting so quick at making these, and it was just so much fun. These little squares are going to get a steam block so that they're going to be nice and perfect, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but I want them to look all nice and finished. This yarn ended up being a huge surprise for me. After my experience with the all-in-one granny square yarn, I honestly wasn't sure that I was going to love this yarn. I was excited about its possibilities, but I was doubting my ability to make it work. So that has been the biggest surprise. Number 2, I think that the color combinations that they have for the all-in-one flower power yarn are gorgeous. I actually think that they're better colors than the all-in-one granny square yarn. These I think are going to have a more mass appeal. I think that they just, I don't know, they're just personally something that I like better. Number 3 is that I didn't have to spend every round worrying about my tension and where that color change was going to happen. It only was an issue for me on round 3, and that made this go so much more quickly. Instead of me having to worry every single round, was my tension going to match the color change? I only had to worry about it for one round, and that was round 3 for those petals. And I got better and better about knowing when that was going to happen, how I needed to tighten up or loosen up for that color change to happen. Another thing that I learned about myself doing this project is that I'm a chart person. I never thought that I liked charts. I always thought that I liked the written pattern better. But after doing this, I honestly don't think I want to do any more granny squares or any type of square with a motif without a chart. It was so incredibly helpful. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure if the issues that I had with the all-in-one granny square yarn compared to the flower power one is more about me, or is this project just a little bit more user-friendly? And honestly, I don't think I'll know that until more people start to talk about this yarn and see if they have a better experience with it than they did with the all-in-one granny square. So that was just my personal experience, but this one is really exciting. And I hope that by seeing me make mistakes, that it makes you feel better, that we all make mistakes. It doesn't matter how long you've been crocheting. We're all going to have tired brains. We're all going to flub things up and mix up patterns and not know what the directions mean. It's really okay. It's not a sign that you're not a good crocheter. It just means we're all human.